Happy Friday, everybody. It's game dev night. So grab your snacks. We're gonna get some things done. So, we're in room C is looking a lot nicer now. We got a big field. We got 2 windmills. We got a flower floating above this fence. That's not supposed to happen. We got a little farmer here. We'll talk to him in a little bit. Why does YouTube do this now? It just has issues. Anyway. Hello. Probably shouldn't be able to do that. And yet, it kind of makes sense. Okay, let's deal with this floating flower before we get into any other messes. Projection. That should... Oh. No? Projection? There we go. There we go. All taken care of. The partner health pick is still the placeholder from long ago. From back when we used a frog, a pig, and a snail as the partner list. All right, so let's restart this, and we should have that flower gone. So there we go. Now we got a little windmill that you can peek inside. Well, I probably don't want you to be able to pass through that bush either. So let's push the bush just a little bit back. Okay, that seems all right. Oh, nope, still behind. Okay. Need a little bit further. Maybe I need to bring the barrier out more. I don't know. This is really only here to hide kind of an ugly seam where the brick texture meets the grass. Okay, that looks all right. Well, it could look better. Okay, that's all right. Gaming. Hello, Al. We have a new frog friend here hanging out. We've got a big round hay bale. We got some boxy hay bales here. We have a beautiful field. We have some barrels. Ooh. Hey there. I need to fix... He's supposed to be able to turn around when you talk to him. How did that get mixed? Let's see here. Frog actor dialogue. Allow turn is on. Which is supposed to mean that he should be allowed to turn. Let's see here. Allow turn. What does it do? If the player is on the left of the speaker and allow turn, then turn around. It didn't do it though. It did not do it. Let me open remote view here. Take a look at this guy's dialogue zone. Allow turn is on. Player global position X is less than speaker global position X. Dive into the game. Oops. Let's save that and try again. Turn. Okay, it is hitting this code. And allow turn is set to true. So we are setting is facing right to false. But the code do not want to do. Let's see here. How does is facing right work? Okay, so is facing right is managed here. All right, is facing right. It should be setting our target sprite rotation to 0. So let's confirm if that is what's happening here. Target sprite rotation. Sprites. Target sprite rotation. Oh, we can't actually see that. Okay, well, based on that, the sprite 3D object, this one, should have its rotation moved towards 0. It's Y rotation. Which it does appear to be 0. Like, I can twist them around. Oh, wait. What? What? Is something wrong here? Sprite's rotation is also 0. Yeah, that one is kind of locked in at 0 all the time. The actor itself, you can't rotate that. That's locked to 0. A glitch in the frog tricks. So it's this sprite object here that we are supposed to be rotating. But sprite rotation 0 means face right. I want him to be... Oh yeah, I want it to be negative pi, which means I want him to be is facing left. Currently... Okay, is facing right is getting set by something. It's supposed to be that the dialogue zone will set is facing right to false. And that's not... That is happening, but something seems to be setting it back. So let's figure out what that is. Where do we set this? If flip direction is called, which that's probably not it. Camera relative velocity? What the heck is that talking about? He's just really interested in what's over there. Let's see here. Okay, this happens if camera relative velocity. Camera's velocity. Why would the camera's velocity matter? Huh. Okay, well, it sets it to is moving backwards, apparently. Like, always. I don't know what this line is for anymore. Okay, this happens in actor sprite handler, which I do have up. So let's just comment this block out for now. And yeah, that does work. What could this be for? If the camera is moving... Gotta get those art assets up. Oh. Huh. Well, that is one thing it does, huh? I can't turn. Oh, take the parent's... Oh, not the camera's velocity. Take the unit's velocity, whatever it is. Compare that with the camera's rotation to determine whether or not whether the character is moving left or moving right. But in this case, the character is stopped. So that shouldn't matter. Okay, so let's say, let's log some lines here. If parent.name equals frog actor farmer, print camera relative velocity. Okay, yep, he's moving negative. You guys can't see the log lines, but trust me, he's currently moving negative. And now he's stopped. And now he's moving positive, and then I talk to him. Okay, let's do this. If it's not already set to that, flip one. And I'm just gonna add some log lines here. Okay. Flip, 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 flip. All right. So here we go. He's gonna flip one, and then I got flip one again. So that does imply that, yeah, his velocity is greater than 0. Flip, hello. Okay, so he is flipping after I've stopped him already. How did that happen? It should be that we set, we should probably set the speaker's velocity to 0, right? Do we not do that yet? I guess we don't. Maybe that will help. Oh wait, we do. If patrol cycle is not null, print, okay, print stop. That did not happen. That did not happen. Interesting. Yeah, we're getting null here for his patrol cycle. Does he not have a patrol cycle? Oh, and it's just called patrol. That's a bad system. Even if he doesn't have a patrol cycle, he should... Oh, okay. Oh, he's trying to flip right because his patrol cycle is still turned on. That's why he's all messed up. There is hay now. Okay. So really, all we have to do is rename this to active patrol cycle. And then we should be good. All right, here he goes. Here he goes. All right, he's walking. And now he's going to be talking. Boom, he turned around. Good. Woo. That was a weird little detour we had to take. That means that's not a very good system. How can I determine... How can I find... This is room C, yes. Hey, Odin. We're doing good. Okay, so what we need to do... So instead of saying specifically look for patrol cycle, an object called patrol cycle. Hey, thanks. It's coming along. We're getting there. I guess we need like a utility class that'll help us check an object type. So let's see, globals, utility. I've got get descendants. Let's say find child with property. Or find node with property. Nodes is an array. And then prop name is a string. Yeah. Oh yeah, making the level smaller. That turned out pretty good. It looks a lot better now. Yeah, as soon as Factorio's update comes out on Monday, you're not going to see any streams of this for a while. We'll get back to it, but I would guess we might be stuck on Factorio for like a month at least. We'll see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. For node in nodes, I'm just doing a little bit of this off camera. Yeah, Day. What part of the game art are we gonna work on here? Items, characters. We can do some 3D models even. 8 new. There's over 8 abilities. If prop name in node return node, and then at the end just return null. All right, so we're gonna say patrol cycle is utility dot find node with property out of speaker dot get children and look for the one with a patrol cycle script attached to it. That'll be cleaner. I still don't love it, but it's better. New friend for Dobbsbot. Make it a lizard. Like a new friend. Like, obviously not a partner. The partners are pretty set in stone. Dinosaur. Rawr. Let's see here. Little dinosaur buddy. Let's see. How can we work a lizard into this game? How are we gonna work a lizard in here? Let's see. Dinosaurs are a type of lizard for the purpose. Everybody wants that chest. They want to know what's in that chest. But how are you gonna know? How can you find out? You just don't know. Let's see here. Face pace. Let's see. Lizard. Well, let me get the drawing pad out for starters. Lizard. Because we've already got some amphibians. Lizards. What kind of lizard do we want? And where in the... hang on, let me look at my list of places in the game. Let me get my planning document. A chameleon. Let's see here. Chapter 1, Chapter 2... Chapter 3. Okay, you know what? Chapter 3. I could definitely see some lizards. There is a desert, yes. Yes. It's a gulch. It's a Badlands Gulch Wild West combo, all in one. So, you know what? That works. Now, there's supposed to be, like, a town in Chapter 3 that's being beset upon by banditos. And so... Alright, let's see here. How big... That's 500, 500. How big is the frog image? Admittedly, the frog has a lot of different types of frog. So it's 1400, 900. Well, let's start with that. It gives us some room to work with. I'm not sure. Should the lizard be the Here, I'll tell you what, let's do. OBS. Let me switch cameras here momentarily. There we go. So I can go into studio mode and make sure I'm not screwing this up. I'm going to add a window capture for Dabbletails. Interesting. Okay. Let me just set this up. I want to make sure that like the game is still visible while we're full screen arting. And you know what would go great with that? It's gonna be worth it. Trust me. Discard changes. The green waves behind me are mesmerizing. Aren't they beautiful? Let me open paint real quick. That'll work. Love it. I have so many windows in my way right now for this dumb little picture-in-picture business. I'm glad you like the green waves. They are pretty nice, admittedly. Okay, we got it. Let's get drawing. Move you up here. And move you back to main scene. There we go. Perfect. Where is it? There it is. You're welcome to post those somewhere, and I'll look at them some other time. I won't do it on stream. I don't think I ever got the. I think you posted it last time, and then I ended up getting really busy the following few days at work. So I never managed to get back into checking that out. Okay. A lizard bandito of sorts. Obviously, we're gonna need like a hat. No, this will be like an actual NPC. Now I don't know if the lizards should be the good guys or the bad guys here. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be a town of one type of species. It could be multiple types, multiple peoples gathered together under the threat. A rough and rowdy town with a cast of characters that are all individually drawn and animated, and that would be cool. IMO. Now, a chameleon could be very interesting. There we go. Thank you, Odin. A chameleon could be very interesting as a character. The big old goofy eyes. Big old goofy eyes. Maybe. I mean, Thousand Year Door had a ton of one-time use NPCs drawn up. But yeah, it would be nice if we could use it a little bit more than just once ever. Might need to go back a little bit further. Okay, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, that means a lot more work, but a much better product overall. So it kind of like has sort of crest kind of thing going on. Something like that. I love him already. Okay, it's kind of got some. We'll have to figure out how to correctly work in the depth of this. A little shading goes a long way, I think. Blue Koopa. Good try. It was not a blue Koopa. Okay, something like that to start with. And then I think we want kind of the same proportions that pretty much everything else in the game has. It's a very fun little like you know, body about the same size as the head sort of proportion. He's not blue. Not at all. Not one bit blue. He's gonna have a little bit of a weird thing going on here, because he's gotta have a little bit of a, he's gotta have a tail. Let's see here. Oh, he's gotta have the loop, the swoop-de-doop for his tail. Like that. Give him a duster. Let's see. This is just sketching. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're just laying out the general shape and proportions here. Let's see. Give him lizard hand, little lizard hand thing going on. Something kind of like this. Yeah, I think that's going to be kind of the general dress code for the town. And so whatever we end up doing for that, it's got to be a little bit reusable. This guy though, I don't want him to lose out on his little head crest here. He could have spurs on his shoes. You know, for the horse. Yeah, that's a right fine chameleon there. That's our chameleon concept art there. Some spurs. So if he did end up with a little poncho, Let's see here. What does that even look like? Yeah. That would be a really tricky thing to figure out how to do for what I assume would amount to a dumb throwaway gag, but still doable. Nah. Nah, he looks fine without it. Just do a bunch of work. That's all there is to it. Now maybe it'll get reused for like a side quest or something. If we do something like that, like only the eyes visible, and you have to find all the chameleons to solve some kind of side quest issue. And then it would be worth doing it. It would make the yeah, it would be whimsical. That's what we want. Let's see here. Group items. Ah, see, this is new. I haven't used this grouping items in OBS. Maybe he's the side quest giver. Maybe. We'll save that for another time. There we go. All right, let's get this back on track. Okay, so we were just wandering around talking to this one frog, and that was it. Let's go over something here. We gotta leave room to expand the town, but not make it huge. All right, I do want to have like a frog guard up here. So, okay, we can turn this off now. We can turn off our live robot reaction. So that's room D. I'd like to make this a little shorter. I want you to be able to see as you're coming around the corner that there is a frog up there. Mm-hmm. And then, like, when you get, like, he'll have a dialogue zone, like, way down here so that you can press A basically anywhere down at the bottom of the tower to, I guess, listen to what he has to say. But we need the bridge. We need the bridge that is going to lead to danger. Oh, yeah, I forgot that I finished this, the kind of respawn. It needs a little work, but it's basically... It's functional. So yeah, let's get a bridge for over here. We want a nice wooden bridge. Specifically, we want... originally, the frogs... Yeah, you don't fall into... I mean, you can if you go off a zone that, for instance, doesn't have... Oh. I don't think that was supposed to happen. But we'll take it. It happened to work. Oh yeah, that's purely accidental. We'll need to put invincible walls around all the areas, kind of by hand. I'm still doing invisible walls by hand because I don't think I would trust that it would be worth building out a system that does it automatically, that also properly makes exceptions for all the weird cases where it needs to be different from stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. We need a bridge. Originally, this bridge was going to be blocked on the Frogtown side so that you couldn't even cross over it, and only after you'd beaten the Chapter 1 boss would you be able to come back across the bridge. We're going to do it a little differently, I think. See, now I can bring back the... there we go. Bring it back. There we go. Perfect. Oh, but then it... Oh, yeah, because it's got to leave the window running. Not minimized. Okay. Windmill. Get rid of this windmill. We don't need it anymore. We need a bridge. A wooden bridge. Wooden bridge. Get some ideas about a... So this is going to be a fairly long bridge, so probably... what's the shape of it? It's probably straight across, like no bow to it at all. How did the frogs build a wooden bridge? It could be a nice... It's got to cross the whole river. Looking at some potential designs for a wooden bridge. It's basically going to look like the fence. It's going to look like the fence, but all... Can we just use the fence? Would that be a crazy idea to just build a bridge out of the fence? We could totally do that. They literally can't stop us. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just make that a room C scene, or room D specific scene. So we're gonna create a new folder and call it bridge. And then in bridge, we're gonna create a new scene and we're gonna call it bridge 3D scene. And we're gonna make this out of other scenes and it's gonna be great. So we're mostly going to use fence. Boom. Wow. But we also need some wood below. Is it possible, might I ask, does this work? Does this look really weird, maybe? Maybe if I stretch it out, flatten it out. I guess this could be like a plank. Ah, Wind Waker. The Wind Waker. That's the one. I think this is probably a reasonable way to do this. Go down by an 1/8. That to like right there. Okay, it needs to be big enough that the camera can see the player easily. And then let's scale the X down ever so slightly. Okay, here, let's do this. Duplicate it, move one, duplicate it, move one, duplicate it, duplicate it. And now take all of these and scale down the X slightly. This was placed here, and this shall be placed here. Okay, this is obviously not the full bridge, but we need to start somewhere. So let's start somewhere already with a bridge. Node 3D. This will be our little container for the bridge. And to that, we are going to add scene 1D bridge scene. Okay, how does this look so far? It looks fine. It needs ground. It needs actual ground. We can do that with a static body, which needs to have a collision shape. We will go with box. Oh yeah, okay, okay. It's actually 5 across. 2.5 and transform negative 0.125 down to line it up perfectly with that. And now let's get into here and actually step out on it. Haha, you know Mario 64 stars now. I started in the wrong room. Okay. See, those fence posts look, I mean, they're not solid yet, but they look a little bit too high for a bridge. Like, for a fence like this, it's like, okay, sure. Because it's meant to be read as what it is. But here, I think we could go probably like half the size and still be all right. So let's try that. Let's scale these down. So tiny. That is much better, yeah. All right, let's fix the position of these. Get it nice and out there. 1.8 sounds good to me. Okay. Oops. This and this need to move here. Duplicate. Move here. It's looking all right. All right, we'll probably do invisible walls over the... Well, do we even... Yeah, we should, right? Yeah, and that's gonna be something that we'll have to figure out at some point. Sorry, this is sort of a tangent. Being able to see through objects that are in front of you. I do need to also figure out how this is going to connect here. Let's say it. Let's take all of these and just bop, bop. Let's do that. And do that. Now we're talking. Now we need to... Wait. Well, Okay, next up, collision shape of this. We want to make sure that you can't, like, sidle along the far edge of it. That would be silly. So, we're going to add another static body with another collision shape of type box. This one is also going to be a starter 6 long. Actually, let's go a little bit. Let's go 6.2, 6.5. Six. 0.5 in width. And then line it up kind of like this, just to make sure that it goes beyond the edge of the fence slightly. And then it has to be a lot taller, so we're gonna go huge. Xbox huge. Okay, it's probably excessive, but that might be what we need. Negative 1.8. Now, duplicate this and move this one to... Oh, I see. That's fine. Move this one to positive 1.8. Ta-da. That is the true bridge. Test solidity. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Nice and solid. Cannot jump over. And cannot ride the edge. Good. Cool. So the next thing is if I were to duplicate this, then that lines up weird right there. So I want to have one more plank, I think, probably on either side, and then just make sure it sinks into the ground a bit. Okay, and then collision on the bottom needs to extend out. Perfect. Okay, and that's still getting swallowed up by the grass there, so that is fine. Now, I can have these, like, at different heights if I want to, but I don't think we're going to do that. Might be worth doing... No, then we get Z fighting, because those aren't exactly the same. Okay. We're going to duplicate these once more. Just so we have somewhere to walk to. And then we're going to put the transition zone, like, here. Fishing dock, not here. Although it would be kind of nice to have a nice little fishing dock, wouldn't it? At some point. Actually, what that does make me want to add is another let's organize this a bit. Let's group these a bit. Rails. Planks. There we go. And then collision. No, you can't do that. Okay. Now let's add a mesh instance of box. Scale is about this. Except Y is a lot. And give this the dark planks texture. Negative 2.5. Oh, wait. 1.65. Duplicate. Negative 1.65. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't take much. Turn it into one. Okay. I think we got something here. Yeah, that's basically that. The next thing I think we want is this next room. Pull up, not him. Open. Oh boy, where is it? Where is our map? Oh, it's a Photoshop document, eh? All right, bring me Photoshop. All right, let's see here. Map. Details art. Map. All right, so this is our game map, more or less. So we had a whole bunch of stuff going on in here, which we finished that. So map C, which is the farm, is right over here. D, basically done. No. Well, I guess it shouldn't be just Rosetown. Let's do Seaside. No, Moleville. Nope, not that one. There we go. Okay. So room D is here, which is what we were just looking at. E is not fleshed out at all yet. It's just a placeholder room. F is where the adventure begins. G, we actually split this into 2 rooms at some point. I don't remember that, but it's perfect. Then inside the cave we have room H, I, J, K, and L. Then G, you come back into G, but on the other side of the river. And then this actually became the other side of the river on map F. And then you need this, the part where the 2 connect back together. We need to make that room next. This is going to be where it's the other side of the bridge. where the snails have a barricade because they are preparing for an all-out attack on Froggy Town over here. And that's going to be a completely optional thing to look at. This will be room M. Why is this here? Why is this over here? This should be in the G folder. Oh. I don't know why that's there then. I don't know if this is getting used in the G. All right, we'll leave it for now. We're gonna duplicate this D for room M. But M's gonna be a little bit different. For one, the water's gonna be on the opposite side. Okay, this will lead to D right. And also I need to pull, and oh, we don't have an entry point over here yet for this, so we'll work on that. Tab left, tab top, and then we need tab right. Which doesn't need the dirt, but it does need the exit zone that says it's going to M left, and the entry point, which is called right. Okay, so it starts there. Oh, right, okay. Remembering how my system works here. Okay, so let's move tab right way over. Why is it so away from its center point? Why is this still over here on top of that? Here, let's just reset the transform on these. Weird, but okay. All right, fine. Move this into here. Move this, I guess like here-ish. And then also this needs to be bigger. So lock that, move that up, and move that wide. There we go. It's a big zone of entry. Okay, so that's D right. And now we kind of want to get rid of a lot of stuff. Like, so much of this stuff in room M is just gone. We'll bring some trees in later. We don't need a watchtower. We do need water. We do need ground. We do need tabs. We don't need any of the buildings. Don't need the shop. Do need the tabs. Do need the ground. Don't need these placeholder chests. Greenery will be later, so get rid of that. Fence, no. Bridge, yes. Except we're on the other side now. So just pretend that lines up better. It'll be fixed at some point. Bridge. Oops. Entire bridge. Plop that in there, like about like that. A little bit further. Perfect. Water. We have the area with the collision shape for water is, yeah, basically over the entire place. Good. All right. Don't need the dirt. Tab left can scoot on over here. So there'll be a barricade over here at the end of the bridge that you can't get past yet. Exit zone connects to D right. Entry point is already set. So that might already work. If we start in room D, Time Splitters. Future Perfect. What a great title. Like, actually, you know, the words. Like, I'm sure the game itself was fine. Ooh, we're getting some Z fighting. Need to push those posts down a little bit. But yay, we made it across the bridge. It is a cool name. All right, the water needs to be more. Oh, it doesn't tile quite nicely, but that's fine right there. Okay, bridge. Supports. Bring them down just a hair. Perfect. Duplicate this water. Line it up real good like. And yeah, then we're going to be across the river, ready for the next part of the game. Incredible. Actually, we could go ahead and set up this tab here. Don't know exactly where we're going to position it, but this will be exit zone is going to go to F something. It's going to go to tab. What is this one called? Bottom. Bottom? What's this one called then? Left. All right, sure. Well, it goes to M. It goes to M top now. And M top now goes to F bottom. And that should allow us to, like, get all around now. Like, all these rooms should be connected this way. This is a featureless room, very placeholder. But that should get us... Yeah, uh-oh, we're stuck. But it did take us to the right spot, but we're stuck. What are we stuck in? Invisible wall? Let's see here. Where's my barriers? Tab, 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 barriers. Are we stuck in an invisible wall here? It doesn't look like we're stuck in an invisible wall there. I don't know what we're stuck in there. Camera control zone, that's just some grass. Huh. let me try moving. Well, how would we get over there? We don't really have a great way of getting over there. Okay. Temporarily, just move this up. We'll see what happens here. No, it's just not putting us anywhere. Entry point. Initialize here. Yeah, we could initialize a little bit further over. Initialize here and travel to here. Okay, what if I said travel to, like, somewhere closer? No, that's a terrible idea. What if I said this? What then? We'll undo that. Right now we just gotta figure out why we can't get across the tab there. Okay, and then everything works. So it's something to do with this area somehow. Whoa. Oh, what did that not like? What scene name are we loading? Oh, 99M. Well, okay, there's a problem there. But it's not the problem. But I will fix that. It should be 01M. 99 was a placeholder. Oh no, what's he doing? Oh yeah, I guess he shouldn't be there anymore. Which, since I'm no longer in another tab working on art or modeling, we should probably remove that. Why does it just look like that? Why isn't it updating at all? Also, this is stuck still. Is there another window open? Maybe not. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we're stuck. Are we on the ground? All right, we're in room F. We know that much. Here's our player. He is facing right. He is in forced movement right now. He has a target location that is like just in front of him at Z32. Yeah, that sounds right. Compared with his position of Z28, that does work. The math checks out. So, so why can't he reach it then? Why can't he reach his desired position? Let's wiggle him around a little bit. Let's try that. Let's move him around a little bit. Oh! Maybe he's just stuck in the ground. Maybe for some reason this entry point is somehow getting him stuck in the ground. That doesn't look like it should, though. Like, that feels more like it should get him stuck in the ground. Maybe he just fell too far. Broke his little wheel. Okay, he definitely started walking forward a bit. Pull up this. He started walking forward, and then he got stuck. Okay, room, player. Huh. Player position. 2.3. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Do it again. Ah! Bada boomy! Welcome in! What is going on, guys? Shout outs to Final Fantasy X. Okay. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, wait a second. This doesn't fit into my view of how Twitch works. Well, welcome in. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like him because he's very stuck. The greatest gamer ever. Willow. You might have oversold things a little bit, but I appreciate the energy. No. Well, the greatest gamer ever is stuck, and is stuck in something. I don't know what. I'm somehow stuck, though. If I wiggle in a little bit, then he kind of gets back to it. Is the code thing broken? Always, but that's just part of the fun. It's been going really well. Ignore this very blank room, and we'll get over to a place with a little bit more character. There we go. This is our Frog Town. The game making is about to hit a abrupt hiatus on stream since the Factorio update is coming out on Monday. But yeah, everybody coming in. I'm Dobbs. I make video games. I also play video games sometimes, but right now I've been making a video game for a couple months, and this is the game. It's Paper Robot. Working title. We'll figure out the title at some point. Bless you. There's a frog. I should probably move the text boxes down a little bit or hide the health information or something so they don't overlap. But yeah, for anybody who likes video games, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible raid target. Bada Boomy, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Well, thank you, Willow. It's out of your hands. What are you gonna do? You know. If you like Paper Mario, then you'll love this game because I like Paper Mario, and I am tired of waiting for Nintendo to bring back the classic Paper Mario style, so I'm doing it myself. So yeah, we just need to add some more NPCs to this part of town. This game has puzzles, it has combat, it has lovable characters, it has a bridge, there's a frog fishing somewhere, there's a big frog, there's a boss fight, and best of all, there is something broken here, and I don't know what. There's a floor bug. We're gonna try and flush out this floor bug somehow. All right, so we want to look at the invisible walls. Well, it doesn't look like we're stuck on these. I could scale these down. Oh, it is an invisible wall somehow. Hang on now. Okay, which invisible wall, though? Because I can see the invisible walls, and it doesn't look like we're getting stuck on any of those. All right, let's try and figure out which one it is. Is it this one? Let's move this one. Let's scale it down. No. Is it this one? I mean, this seems like the most likely candidate. Yes. Come on, that's not at all. overlapping, is it? I guess it is, somehow. All right, well, that's the issue then. That's so far away. That's so far away, though. I accept it. I don't like it, but I accept it. All right. Floor bug conquered. No. No. No? Uh-oh. Don't like that. I just made them visible temporarily. They're not real. Oh, I hope this isn't the transform thing. Oh, wait. Wait. I see it. I see it. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. But I see it. The collision shape is not lined up with the mesh. Oh, man. That's scary. Oh, gosh, this one isn't either. Oh, at some point, I was adding these collision meshes. Oh, they're all misaligned now. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that one's actually fine. Okay, it's just these along this wall, I hope. Why are they even detachable? That old chestnut again. All right. So, I've been thinking about the Factorio planets, if you can imagine, if you can even imagine, and trying to determine which planet we should visit first. Oh, that one's way off. We haven't been up here in so long. Well, at least it's an easy fix. Okay, there we go. I should probably make a, I don't know, some kind of reusable thing that locks the collision and the mesh to each other. Video games are kind of like triumphs. Yes, they are usually put in little sections. And this is for a lot of different reasons. Invisible walls, CSG shape. CSG shape. I have to figure out what that is. Let's see. Oh, that directed me. Why did that send me to 3.1 first? All right, here we go. Provides CSG operation support to the various CSG nodes. That's a really unhelpful description, Godot. All right, let's start with, what is CSG operation? CSG, stands for Constructive Solid Geometry and is a tool to combine basic shapes or custom meshes to create more complex shapes. I had no idea that Godot actually supported basically Boolean solids. Oh, flag. Holy cow. This changes not everything, but a lot. And yes. Oh, that, all right, hang on. I gotta add that to my list of things to research off stream. Where's my list of things to research off stream? Oh, at the very top of this document, where I should be looking first. Okay, actually, this little GIF highlights it very well. So if I wanted a, let's say, this weird apple core shape, that you see there. In my existing workflow, what I would have to do is actually build that out in Blender and then import it in as a I don't know what the full polygon name is. But anyway, but it turns out that you can instead say, take a cube and subtract this region. And that's much easier because that means, take a look at the shape of these. You'll notice it's fairly straightforward. I've just got like, it's basically like 4 big walls, well 5 if you count the middle, with some holes punched out. But because I didn't know about this whole shape subtraction, I've been manually, instead of punching out holes, I've just made a wall on the left and a wall on the right. Which is fine, but that means that's a lot of extra walls to manage and upkeep. Wouldn't it be so much nicer if I could just have 4 walls around the region and then punch a hole where I want doors? That would be significantly easier to manage. I love that. This is like the one reason that I try to make sure that I do a lot of the dev work on stream, because people know more than I do. I know the basics, and unfortunately, I'm very tenacious, and I will use those basics to do things they were not meant to do, because I can technically do it that way. It'll just take some extra work. Let's do it. What, you don't think I'm tenacious? All right. So all that to say that we now have a working, well, hang on, let's actually check it. Let's make sure that fixed the bug. We gotta do a better job of lining these up as well. There we go. We can walk in. Hey, there's Fisherman Frog over there. We can walk all the way over, past the tree stumps, walk over here on this side of the waterfall. Oh, you can't really see. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, I've got that outline shader I could throw on this. That would highlight the depth a lot better. Can our robot swim? If he tries in a scene where I've set it up properly, then no. If he tries in a scene where I haven't set it up properly, then he just falls forever. So that's all that happens right now. If you try it in a room, I don't think I've got it set up here. Oh, no, I do. Okay, good. Previously, you would just fall through the water and just fall forever, and it was very funny. Okay. Oh, let's pull up the map. Okay, this is not one-to-one with how the actual game is laid out, but it's the basic idea. There's a mini dungeon in the cave that's about 5 rooms. That's laid out. That's done to the current level we are working towards. The town, we've got 2 rooms of the town. This third one up here remains to be populated, so it's a placeholder. So now we're on this room right here, where the post mini dungeon walkway will collide with the area you have been able to see since the start of Chapter 1. It's just that at first you are blocked off because there's going to be a barricade here. The snails. The snails are here, creating a blockade. And so our brave hero had to go all the way around through the scary cave, past the giant bullfrog, to get behind enemy lines, where after this room, he will begin the actual Chapter 1 dungeon, wherein he will evade detection and get past the snails and face off against the Snail King. That's basically the gist of chapter 1. It's not just the Snail King either. It's the Snail King and his... No, because they're not really advancing at this point. And I've decided if... originally, I really liked the gag, and I still want to at least verbally make the gag of, oh no, if the snails begin their assault, they could be here in as little as a week. And then it's like you look over and they're like right at the end of the bridge. And the joke is, haha, snail's funny. There's a silverfish crawling on the ceiling, like 20 feet away. I'm sure it's fine. But the thing I don't like about that is that means why can the player not just like walk up to the snails and start fighting them? And my idea is, well, the snails are preparing for the assault, but they're not ready to engage yet. So they have a big like blockade constructed here of I don't know what. Crates, barrels, and they'll be on top of it, and they'll talk to you, but they won't fight you from there. Once you get into the fortress, you'll actually be fighting a lot of them. So that's the idea. So let's get back into here. See, this is just... I'm digging this. This is looking so nice now. Like, at first, this room looked very barren, but we kind of got most of this done pretty fast. Can you guys solve the puzzle of how to get in the windmill and get the chest? It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. Can you figure out how to get in the windmill? Do you see a way that Dabble can get into the windmill? Use the barrels. Actually, you can't actually climb the barrels, I'm afraid. You're not supposed to be able to climb the barrels or get stuck there, but here we are. I should probably wrap this in some kind of extra collision. There's something weird that happens because there's two of them, I think. I think that's why this is happening. It's some zany collision stuff. But I intentionally needed something solid over there and a little bit of fence poking out over here just to make sure that you don't get too crazy with so Factorio planets. Oh, we've been interrupted. No, we're going to talk about Factorio later, Al. Chip's here. Oh my gosh, welcome in. Big Boy Games official. What timing? Starground is basically Factorio, as I understand it. Speaking about automation games, yes. I'll talk about... All right, don't let me forget. I'm going to talk about which planet we're going to first in Factorio when the update drops. I am... The Dobbs, he do be working. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we're doing our little paper robot game here. I finished up some new areas, and you know what? They make me feel happy in my heart. I'm adding little treasures you can find if you can figure out how to get you smack the hay bale around until it gets out of the way. That's the answer. That's the answer. Imagine it has sound effects that are very crunchy. And then you can go in the door. That's it. That's the secret. There's no treasure. It's just coins. Animal Crossing vibes. I guess there are going to be a lot of animal characters, so I can see that. We're definitely going for Paper Mario as the inspiring agent. Maybe talk to little frog villagers. There's actually things to fight and stuff too, but it's not in this scene yet. There will be a pig running around that you can fight. We just haven't gotten to that point yet. Horror farming game. I've not heard of such a thing. Oh, right. I have to actually label the chests because the save system keeps track of what chest name has been opened, and because they all have a blank chest name, the result is that all the blank chests have opened now. Cool. All right, so exciting times. We're about to decorate this bland area here. This is an important plot zone, and we've just gone into the details of what's going on with this area. How big do I want this area to be? Okay. Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about it. All right. So you got 3 planets that you kind of open up access to at the same time. They all have different kind of high-tier tech rewards. Thanks, Annie. But interesting and unique challenges to overcome. So, you know what? Let's pull up the Factorio website and just get straight into it. Space Age expansion. All right. So first we got to get to space. So we're not going to get that for a bit. Like, I'm expecting... I know they've said that they've moved, like, space access a lot earlier in the tech tree. So I think night 1, of course, we're going to have our burner drill spam for a while. I think by the end of night 1, we can be into chemical science. This straight up copying Starground. I think we're going to be into chemical science because... we're good at this game now. We know what we're doing. We're going to make plans and just go for it. I'm sorry, I just realized what the crap is going on here. Hang on. What the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on? Orange, blue. Those are pipes. Those are underground pipes, right? What is happening here? No, the thruster is a building, and it's accepting 2... How is this happening? What the heck? Okay, it's got to be output, input, or something, and yeah. But like, okay, so this is going... Let's say blue is cold. It goes in here and out here, and then... This is a pass-through? I have no idea how it's going back in or out, or... You know what? It's fine. The point is... Gosh, that really threw me for a loop. I am so easily distracted tonight. Point is, I think we might, if we really try hard, we might have a rocket by the end of night 2. Okay? So that's second stream. Third stream, we're actually going to have to start setting up a space platform, but realistically, we're probably going to be working on iron expansion, rail network, like infrastructure, and getting our gear up, and maybe dipping into like quality modules, which I'm really looking forward to trying those out. Okay, then we've got our choice by, like, let's say night 4 or 5. So after a week of playing, we finally get to pick where are we shipping off to for our first expansion, our first planetary expansion. So the 3 choices. We got Vulcanus, lava planet. Big bugs, but they keep to themselves. They don't ever come after us unless we try to build in their zone. Once we defeat a bug, it's dead for good. Yeah, it does. That's a weird one. So the main gimmick here is molten metals. And I guess the big reward you're getting from the tech tree on Vulcanus is the big mining drill and the big smeltery stuff. So you're getting metallurgy as a bonus. So I'm reading that to mean better metal processing for like raw metals stuff. So easier to convert ore into plates and basic intermediates. Like that's at least what I think I remember from the casting looking stuff. Okay, Fulgora, no bugs, as far as I've heard. No bugs. Weird. Dry desert planet with a lot of lightning storms at night. You have to contend with kind of a difficult terrain, and the actual lightning storms need to be addressed. You have to use like lightning rod stuff and you can harness that electricity. And the weirdest thing is no raw resources. You're mining out the scrap of the old civilization and recycling it into products with an inverted processing tree. So you turn scrap into like blue chips, and then blue chips into red chips, and red chips into green chips. So you kind of work your way down the tech tree to get what you need. Very weird. And it looks like the bonus is the electromagnetic stuff. Like there's some kind of processing facility for that, which I read to mean faster / cheaper chip processing, maybe? I don't know. And maybe it's also like you can only make some of the special buildings in that electromagnetic plant. This one does seem to be the easiest because you get like, if let's say you could, if you pack an extra rocket somehow, you could just basically get a ton of blue chips for free and get out of there. Ice Planet has to be last. That's the final one. Like you don't get access to it until you've unlocked the tech tree on all 3 of these, I think. Gleba, the biological world where you do biochemical engineering, bugs, pentapods, but they're not attracted to pollution. They're attracted to the spores or something that you work with, and you have to deal with spoilage. So this one's going to be weird to learn. Sounds gross. Let's go there. Lots of fun bugs to fight. Some of them very big and scary. The main prize I have heard on the Factorio updates is the double productive labs that you can get. Eventually, if you get everything done, you can build labs that have double productivity, which is pretty good. So that's worth considering. However, my thought is, because of the hostile environment of the bugs that we would actually have to deal with, like actually dealing with the defense, we might want to wait until we have really good gear and weaponry to deal with them. And also, I've heard just in general, Gleba sort of sucks among the 3 planets. It's kind of one of the harder ones to deal with. So I may say we do that last when we have better gear and we're more prepared and we can handle it. First, I don't know. Fulgora, getting blue chips right off the bat seems like broken a little bit. I don't know. I really love the idea of Vulcanus, like big metallurgy forge, like dwarf fortress right here. Yes, I did. Yeah, so after we've beaten all 3 planets, we eventually get to the distant planet Aquilo, the ice planet, and that's what we need, I think, is we've got to get some of the tech from there before we unlock mech suits. And I pointed this out when they were showing this, the actual factory off here. It's like those heat pipes are going to be a nightmare to get around, right? Like walking over those, you can't just walk over a heat pipe. You have to like go around it. unless they've changed that in vanilla, which I don't think they are going to do that. In which case, yeah, the mech suit is a must-have. Like, absolutely. So yeah, between the three, I think Gleba last. I'm leaning towards Vulcanus first, just because I think it is one of the coolest looking planets, and the giant bugs look really neat. And the idea that the bugs will never bother us unless we go into their zone. That's pretty attractive. The idea that we can build right up to the border and be okay. So I'm thinking Vulcanus, Fulgora, Gleba in that order. Nobody has a strong opinion on it. So that's just what I'm going for. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun. This guy. Big bug. Big bug. Quality is going to be interesting because I feel like it's going to be kind of late game before you can really dip into it. But they did mention a fun idea that I do like, which is you don't have to go all in on quality, but if you do have like one dedicated crafter that is like, this is where we will attempt to make quality crafts, and then you just kind of like roll on the loot table effectively when you're crafting one thing that you're going to be using a lot, like your power armor or something. It's like, oh man, if I can get the good power armor, that's like a whole bunch of extra equipment slots. So it makes sense, like, for those rare things that you will occasionally, like, you'll craft them one time ever. Then it's like, yeah, for those, why not? Let's see if we can get a better quality item, even if it's just one step up. So I do want to play with this. The full on like recycling system of like taking time to really get the high quality tiers. That feels more mid-late game. Yeah, gosh, I don't. Hang on. I am only at 500 hours in Factorio. And I've only really finished one mod, and that was the freight forwarding we did with Al, Theron, and Dove, which is really fun but very different. Crating everything. Oh, I forgot the bulk inserters and stack inserters. Stack inserters are renamed to bulk inserters. And stack, what is now called a stack inserter, literally places a stack as a single item. I don't know how expensive those are going to be. We'll have to justify the price. Freight forwarding was a lot of fun. Okay. Bring it back. We're making snails. We're making the snail barricade. Okay. So, you guys. Boat oh my gosh, the boat. Stealing the boat. Running over Al with a boat is one of the all-time funniest things that ever happened in Factorio. Along with realizing that you can activate other people's bots remotely. Oh, parameterized blueprints. I am weirdly excited about parameterized blueprints because I was working on a pretty intensive train world months ago, and that was the one thing I really needed. I was like, gosh, I want to be able to like plop down these train stations, but I have to go into this combinator and change this signal to that signal, and then mix with all the ingredients. It's like, but now you can just say, I want to do my train blueprint, and it'll just ask you, okay, what item do you want it to be for? And then you will tell it, and then it will do it, and that's it. That's literally it. All right. the snail barricade. So the idea is that the snails have blocked off this end of the bridge because they're preparing for an attack. What does that look like? Big tree? Like big log in the way? Bunch of crates? Something kind of hastily constructed. The jets were so overpowered in freight forwarding. Let's see here. Brainstorm, barricade. Okay. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Like an actual boat. Ooh. I like that a lot, actually. Especially if the boat comes up later. Let's make a boat. Let's make a little boat. Let's do some speed modeling. Wait, hang on. I almost forgot. Whenever we, so it would be important that whenever we are in another application, we should try to keep the game up and have our little robot. Where is he? Why isn't he here? There we go. That's annoying. But it's okay. There we go. Okay. Let's make a boat. And we'll give it like, I won't give it full-on collision. Because, all right, there's two reasons. One, I'm still unsure of how expensive collision calculation is in Godot. I haven't gotten even close to the point where it would slow the game down. But I really like the idea of, instead of using a big fancy convex collision shape, instead just put a solid box over the whole thing and say that's the solidity. That's the first reason, is I'm worried about performance. Second reason, I'm worried about skips, basically. Like, this is an RPG with a specific order that you're supposed to do some things, and if you're not supposed to be able to reach an area yet, I really don't want you to reach that area yet. And it's a lot harder for me to gauge, can you kind of bump against this at just the right angle and just barely clip on top of this slope? It's like, you know what would be easier than trying to throw myself at that from a million different angles is just make an infinite wall that goes all the way up. Surely not, Al. Surely no one would do such a thing. All right, so I've been reusing the same Blender document just because I'm gonna have to start another one, a fresh one at some point. It's just a lot easier to scale things when everything is a single, like I can just like, oh, yep, there it is. Okay, boat. Boat is that way shaped, and then on the bottom it is like that, and then, okay, it's a box. It's definitely a box. Where is it? Oh, I'm in edit mode. There we go. There it is. There's our boat. How do we like it? I think it's looking pretty good already. Okay. Ba-ba. We should definitely mirror this. On the y-axis against empty point. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's do something like this. We want to bring that. Oh, no, wait, that was right. Actually, this one as well. We'll merge the, yeah. Whoops. Somehow that happened. Okay, let's see here. Basic idea. Basic idea for a boat shape. I mean, fairly straightforward. Yeah, that's the idea. Boat. And then obviously, these right here. You just click one vert, you don't need to drag over one. Oh, you mean, yeah. I haven't developed the, the full confidence in all of the hotkeys and everything just yet. We're getting there, but can I prevent? What is it? Clipping? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like I'll get there at some point. It's just taking some time. Then overall. I'm a silly goose, I admit it. Oh, see, I would love to have, yeah. Oh, heck yeah, now that's looking, is that looking right? Is that looking right? I'm not 100% sure if that's looking right. It's fine. Merge by distance, 0.1. There we go. Oops, something weird is happening with the geometry up here. Hang on. What did I do here? Oh, it's because it's, yeah. Clipping? I thought clipping was the merge? I don't know. I mean, I can fix it in post if I need to. Fine. Okay. Now what we need to do, I guess actually, I think it actually is probably time to apply the mirror, because I need to do some stuff that I think is gonna definitely, almost certainly mess up. Yeah, that will mess up. Just go ahead and apply it. Okay, so now what I can do is merge. There we go. Much better. Might do a subdivision surface at some point. I don't know. Okay, pick the faces. All of these faces. Do a little inset. Ooh, that doesn't look like what I wanted it to. Okay, but that does work. That's weird, right? If I inset these... Huh. If I inset these, why does it keep the corner? Just make it all one face first. Alright. Won't it, will it be okay with that? What is that? Control J? Shift J? No. Control J. No. Hang on. Shortcuts. Merge faces is... let's see here. There's an operator... Limited dissolve? Or dissolve the middle verts. Okay. What's limited dissolve do? Oh. Huh. Okay, or I can just... Oh, but that does that. Okay, so I can take these from here to here and dissolve edges. That did not dissolve edges. I guess we still need those. Okay, so I should be able to now... Hey! What gives? I mean, I can still work around that with a little bit of manual tomfoolery. For instance, suppose... Just do that. And that. Or better yet. There. Okay, now this is going to be weird because I need to Oh! Oh, there's... Okay. Well, that explains something, I think. There's some weird geometry going on there. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened? How did this... Oh, yeah, look at that. I guess... I mean, I guess... Okay, that might have fixed it. Okay, I think they've been properly... Yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Okay, okay. Scale on y-axis. Yeah, there we go. I want it to have a nice thickness to it. Okay, we figured it out. Okay, so now grab these buddies right here. Extrude them down a little bit. Scale it down a bit. Extrude it down some more and scale it down pretty severely. There we go. Now that is a good looking boat. And just shade flat. All right. The vertices are a little weird, admittedly. I bet I can go a little bit lower on those middle ones as well to round out that curve. Not that you're gonna see any of this. Oh, yeah, you can go pretty low there. Well, if you can go that low there, then who's to say... Yeah, who's to say we can't get a little bit lower elsewhere? Okay. Oh, there we go. Got that auto smooth going on there. All right, material. Dart planks. Just take this and just like, boom. This one's a little bit weird though. because of the mirroring. So take that, that. Let's project that. Yeah, I mean, for like, for the style of game we're going for, that's totally fine. Beautiful. Ship it, because it's a ship. Save, export. I need a... outdoor decor. Need more folders. I'm getting too many models. All right. Did it break? Oh, it's still there. We're good. We're good. Everybody's building boats today. You know, it's just the way of things. Okay, we have to do something goofy. Create new folder. We're gonna call it outdoor decor. Same texture as the wood on the barrels? It is, yeah. I'm trying to reuse as many different materials as I can, because I've been really studying how some of the old like GameCube era worlds are built, and they get away with basically using anything on everything. It is unreal how, I mean, they use a lot of different textures, but they will milk one texture in so many different ways. And I really like the effect that gives. It's kind of this sense of like careful consideration about what can be applied in different ways. Okay, outdoor decor, boat. Okay, now here's something that I've noticed is that even though we're using the same material, oh yeah. Even though we're using the same material, it still imports this, but we can get around this if we say use external, and then we use this one that and here's one I've already set up now. And now we can get rid of that and it doesn't hurt anything. There we go. I love how good those older games were done, and it's not in spite of the limitations. In some ways, the limitations actually push people to be more creative and come up with unique ideas. I love it so much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. Barricade. Boat. All right, so we're gonna take the boat, and they're gonna be using this as a barricade. Let's flip this all the way around so that you can see the rounded part up front. Now, eagle-eyed viewers may notice that there is a bit of ground there, and why can't you just jump over the fence? Well, maybe we can, like, I don't know. Maybe it's, like, positioned like this or something. Or... Give me your handle. Give me your handle. Maybe like this? Like it's really in the way. Do I have Starground? I think so. I think I've already got it. I haven't streamed it yet. I want to make sure that, well, I don't want to spoil anything for this community. Zenny, you probably know something about something. I'm not, it's fine. Add a barrel or two around. That's a good idea. Actually, maybe that would make this make here. Let's reset. Maybe that would make this method make more sense. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna stream it yet until I'm gonna wait until there's a certain skin in the game that I'm looking forward to. Okay, kind of position it like that. Okay. Make it believably blocking the way here. Oh, you know what would go great with this is some ores. Like they're not structural at all. They're just kind of laying up against it. Cause like that's the next question. It's like, well, where are the ores? Well, let's make them. All right, this is gonna be a speed model, right? We're gonna go fast. Yeah, you gotta have ores. All right, let's get a little bit wonky with this one. Something I've been trying to do more of is to make things look. Am I in X-ray mode? There we go. Make things look a little bit wackier, a little bit zanier. So let's do just that. You're probably wondering what in the world is going on here. And don't worry about it. Shh, don't worry. It's fine. I need a picture of an ore. Hang on. Ore. Okay. Basically that. Let's see here. Except with a longer handle. I mean, that's, yeah, there, ore. Let's see, make it a little thinner. Yeah, flatter, definitely. Okay, now here's what I'm talking about with things being a little bit more wonky. Is a little bit of this kind of thing going on. Things being a little bit non-symmetrical in places. It's fun. Why the wonk? I think it's an important part of the style. I think it's good. For instance, let's bring up the table. Like, okay, hang on. The table has a collision box around it. Like, look at that. That table has character. It's cartoonish. Yeah. Yeah, art direction. One more little bit of. I want to do this, and then expand out slightly. squish it down a little bit more. Take these, squish them back a little bit more. All right, now a good material for it. I think I've got just the thing. It's wood. Yeah. Would smooth normals look weird on this? Actually, no, it's fine. Does an ore need... Ores are usually a little bit flat at the edge, but they taper a bit more, it seems. So more like this. Is that about right? Yes, I did. Looks like a paddle. Perfect. That's what we need. That's what we need is a paddle. So on randomizing, I actually played around with a modifier for, I think it was the displace modifier. Because in one of my early tests of building out an area, actually specifically it was room F here, I was like, oh, this place looks entirely too flat and bland. So I was like, I know, I'll subdivide everything out into regions, and then on every vertex I'll give it a little bit of a random offset. And it looked awful. It was like, no, turns out that's not what I wanted at all. It's the opposite of what I wanted. All right, or materials, use an external material, which is this texture right here that we've already got. And then get rid of this one that you automatically imported. And now we will add ore as a child of the boat. No, that seems like a bad idea. Okay, ore. It's just kind of sitting here, like, yeah, just put it on top, I guess. No, it would be the opposite way. This is silly. This is silly. But that's the important thing. Is oh yeah, and we'll put this ore on top. That'll hold it. That'll hold it real good. I think that's better. Reset this transform. Let me try that again. Okay, there's the ground. Oh yeah, if we wanted to get really detailed, we could put a lot more effort into this. There we go. That's about where we want it. Nothing is silly about the war between the frogs and the snails. Good point, Al. See, this one would have to be kind of pivoted a bit. Just watch for the clipping. That'll hold them. That'll keep those frogs from getting over here. Okay. Random things. A barrel. A flower pot. We can totally just put a flower pot in here too. This is gonna be great. Turn the boat a bit more to make it look like the ore is a brace. That's kind of, I was originally thinking like, oh, the ore is kind of like holding it up against the fence, but I like the idea that they just kind of laid it there. It's like, yeah, and then that was it. We've got all kinds of random stuff we can throw on here now. We've made a lot of different things. I like that. Flower pot. Flower pot kind of in the back. It's a joke for the observant. Is that on the ground? Yeah, it's on the ground. The frog portrait. Not the frog portrait! No! Just a potted plant here. Potted plant knocked over. Potted plant leaning up against this boat. Oh, don't want it clipping. Hang on. There we go. Kettle. A chair. See, that's a classic barricade element there. Okay, so you're not going to actually be talking with the snails, but I will put a dialogue zone over here so that once you walk into it, you'll see the little spinning, oh, talk to this person. And they'll be, you know what? Yeah, I do need to put a portrait here. You've talked me into it. It was that easy. This is gonna be a behind-the-scenes secret. It needs to be like barely visible. I don't want it tilted up like the other ones. I want this one to be like kind of jokingly in here. How can we position that? Like against this leg, maybe? Where it's actively making it worse at balancing. And prop up the pot. Oh my gosh, that's yes. They would slide it under there to hold it. Oh man. Oh, it's a photo of me mum. Next to her favorite photo of her mum. Ah, me mum. I love that. Oh, this is called visual storytelling. Okay. I also want to put in a few crates all right. So here's the idea. If you come across this bridge before you go through the mini dungeon. Let's bring up the map. If you go across this bridge, like when you first get into Frogtown, you will be able to listen in on the snail's conversation, but you will not be able to otherwise interact with them. Then, when you come all the way around, you go through the mini dungeon in the caves, get to the other side of the river, through there, after fighting old Jeremiah. And then you'll work your way back to the other side of the barricade. I think we should have a forced battle here, where those snail guards, you have to actually fight them. And then maybe after combat, they run away. We've not programmed in forced combat yet, at all. We can hook into the code. So I will need a system that can trigger a cutscene after a victory. So currently, after beating an enemy, we grab the enemy you just touched, delete it, and replace it. Well, the idea is we're going to replace it with coins. So instead, we want to hook into the battle system with some kind of special flag that says, okay, now actually, in this case, after victory, instead, you need to play this cutscene. And so you'll fight 2 snails, and then after being defeated, they will run off towards the direction of the fort, and then Cat will say something about, "Oh, fort, oh, I guess we must be getting close. We better be careful." Something along those lines. You know, typical NPC partner guff. But in order to make that time well, so that it doesn't happen as soon as you enter the room, we will put some crates. Where's our crates? How did I not see that? It's under furniture. Okay, it's right there. Oh, I got the battle music for King Snail. Casual finished that and sent it over today. We're not gonna listen to it tonight. I can't just put everything on stream. Okay, so the idea is the snails are like going to be conversing right here. So when you listen in from here, maybe the camera will pan over and show them talking, or maybe it'll just be pointing off screen. Wow, it's already that time. Jeez. Okay, cool. Cool, that's fine. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Might put a few more boxes in. Kind of like that. Take this one, rotate it a bit more. So there's like a plausible deniability that you were able to get into the room unseen. We're going to move this a lot closer, I think. Maybe to right over here. And put some kind of invisible wall around this whole block to make sure that you don't get so close that you are invisible. Like, I don't want you to actually be unable to see your character behind the crates. So I want you to get to like close-ish and then be diverted away by, I don't know, a shrub, something. We've got some models already drawn up that we can throw in there. But the idea is you have to come due south and you have to pass by these guys, fight them, they run off, and then you know that's the direction, that's where we're going. The water material, oh yeah. So, what is this shader? It's some shader. It's, here we go. I did not make this myself. This was from a tutorial. And on my to-do list, I still need to properly learn how to do shaders. I've done the very smallest of basic, like, oh, yes, I've done it. I fully understand shaders. I've turned something red. No, I have a lot to learn. I was a bit disappointed because I was thinking like, oh, doing like actual shader code, like writing out the text, I'm so much more comfortable in that, but it really feels like so much of, I guess, Godot's development as well as tutorials is all very much trying to funnel towards this sort of like drag and drop node based approach, which I get it, I guess. But it's like, this feels like way more work than putting A times B. So it's like, I just want to write code sometimes. But that's something to learn at some point. We'll get there. This is so goofy, and I love it. All right, we got to figure out where we're gonna. Oh, I bet Germ Dove is on. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. You guys, let's go hang out with our buddy Germdove, who plays Mario. Yeah, that's him. So Germdove is a fellow streamer and also Mario nerd, who has min-maxed into Super Mario World ROM hacks, and he is actually playing some of that right now. Germdove is going to be first time on Twitch. Your first time on Twitch? What? No. Oh, okay. How can you find me again? Just make sure to smash that like button. No, yeah, the Twitch layout, if you're familiar with YouTube, what YouTube calls subscriptions, Twitch calls following. Twitch also has something called subscription, but YouTube calls that joining. Not to be confused. Okay, it's this weird cyclical. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Follows are totally anonymous. Oh, Flag. Thank you. Prime Gaming sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Enjoy the mini emotes. I need to get a paper robot emote together. I've got a bunch of them, but like every one of our emotes, well, let's say 50% of our emotes are from projects that we've done here, and the other 50% are dumb inside jokes. Well, cool. Looking forward to seeing you. So the reason we're going to go see Germdove is that he is going to be on the stream, not like in person, but starting on the 21st, Factorio's big DLC comes out, and Germdove, myself, Hillbilly Al, and Theron are all going to be I think Theron are all going to be embarking on a multiplayer Factorio world with the new update, and we're going to be on that for a bit. So look forward to that. He better. Somebody's got to fight those bugs. If you can get good Wi-Fi. I've heard that they've done some really good latency handling stuff, especially related to vehicle driving. So it's significantly better now for multiplayer. Anyway, let's set up this raid. And then quick discussion of the the game itself. Paper robot, I don't know. We'll brainstorm it a bit. The goal is to get chapter 1 vaguely completed, polish it up a bit, and then make that something that everyone can play as a little demo. At least half of chapter 1, I think, would be good to play. After that, the game is, I think, going to be like 7 chapters. And it's going to take a few years to finish, just based on the current rate that we're learning. I'm thinking specifically not to put Dabble in the title. It works for Paper Mario because people already know who Mario is. But if you're like, oh, what was that game with it was like Paper Mario but with a robot? Now if you call it like Paper Robot or something, okay, yeah. Something along those lines. Everyone, have a good night. I will be back streaming again on Sunday, and then Factorio begins Monday. So look forward to that. All right, see you guys over there. Have a good night. Bye. Looking for the end scene stream. Oh, there.